Welcome to Cuisine Rapide. I'm Pierre Franey. Today I'm going to do very quick chicken breasts. Chicken breasts, they're all over the supermarket. They come in different cuts. Here we have a big one that's from a roaster or a capon. It could be poached or roasted. Here we have this one. It comes with the skin on and a bone on. And here we have a chicken cutlet, which is cut very thin, come from the same breast of chicken. Now today we have these two. Those are boneless and skinless. This is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to show you how to prepare the chicken breast. When they come to you, they come this way. That's the way you buy them. And so there's a little membrane here in between the two, all the chicken breasts together. We don't want that. We want to remove it with a knife. We want to make sure there's no bone. If it's a little fat, you take it off. You don't have to, but you take it off. Okay, the next thing we want to do, we want to pound it a little bit. You see what happened here? You have a side here, the top of the breast thicker than this hand here. So we want to pound that very lightly. You move the fillet over, and you just pound it a little bit here, because this we want to cook, we want the breast to cook evenly, just very lightly. You put it back here. Now, what we're going to need now is a marinade. The marinade, it's very simple. It's 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 3 tablespoons of lime juice. I'm going to use fresh lime. So you need about 3/2 of the lime juice, freshly squeezed. It's nothing like it, like lime juice freshly squeezed, or lemon juice. If you want to use lemon juice, you could use lemon. Or you know what you could use too? A little bit of vinegar, wine vinegar. You put about 1 tablespoon of vinegar. It makes a kind of combination. You have a different recipe. We're going to put some salt and pepper. I'm using kosher salt, which I like the feel of the salt. Freshly grated pepper. This is white pepper here. You could use black pepper. I have a black one. If I want to use black, I have a black pepper mill here. So I know it's black pepper in there. Now, we need 1/2 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric. Now, we are going to need some rosemary. I'm going to use fresh rosemary. I love the flavor of fresh rosemary. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of fresh rosemary. If you have dry rosemary, just put 1 tablespoon. All right, now, we just cut it a little coarse. You chop it very coarsely with a sharp knife, of course. And when you hold the knife, you have to hold it good, like this, this way, not like this. All right. We put that in here. And now we're going to use some good fresh garlic. I love garlic. About 1 teaspoon freshly. I always chop my garlic with a knife, sharp knife. I want to keep the oil in there, that's the reason. And you chop that very, very fine. And I never use garlic press, because when you use a garlic press, the oil of the garlic comes out. And when you put it and mix it, and you put in a marinade, you put your chicken breast on top of the broiler. The garlic, the oil is going to burn. It's going to give a bitter taste. We have a big argument with my Italian friend, but it's all right. Okay. So what we do now here, we mix that well, pour that over like this, and what we have to do, just mix them, make sure they're well coated. You could do that about 10 minutes, 15 minutes before you start. Okay, now, I have some already made that my friend Maurice and Jean did in the back. No, I have an addition. I have a girl, it's named her Han. Okay. So this is already prepared. It's been marinating for the last 15 minutes. So here I am. I have the top of I'm going to broil it on top. This is very good gadget. You could use, sometimes you could use a cast iron pan with the ridges on the bottom. Or if you want, you could use it at the top of your broiler at home, your oven broiler. You brush that very lightly with the oil, and we put this right over here like this, unbiased like this, on an angle. Okay, now with this, I'm going to broil some tomatoes, which you core. We're going to broil them very quickly. It takes very little time. And like I say, you could use any kind of vegetables for broiling. Okay, I'm going to turn them like a quarter of a turn to give a little pattern. You know, I love to cook chicken breast. I've been accused by my colleague at the New York Times that I cook too much chicken. But, you know, really, chicken, I love them. And it's kind of cheap, you know, meat is so expensive today. But anyway, the other day I was at home, and I want to turn them now. I was looking at my computer on the bank, and I decided to find out how many chicken breasts I've been doing for the New York Times. I've been working off and on the New York Times since 1960. I'm on the staff for the last, since 1976. But I realized, I never realized how many chicken breasts I made recipe. So I checked it out. I have 800 recipe in the back in the New York Times. So it's a lot of chicken recipe. You know, any way you want it. So now we have the tomato. We're going to turn them here. Okay, so this, we don't want to overcook it. Because the chicken breast is going to take about 2 minutes or 3 minutes on each side, depending on the size. You have to make sure, like this one is cooked, this one is a little thicker, so it's not really cooked. This one is almost cooked, so by the time I fool around with my tomatoes, move them around here a little bit, you know, change them around because the fire is way bigger, stronger here, my chicken is going to be ready. We don't want to overcook the chicken. If you overcook it, you know, it's very dry, but we don't want it raw. The temperature inside should be like 140, 50 degrees, you know, inside. And it continues to cook. After you're done, you know, you put them in a plate, they still continue to cook. So basically, this is done. I'm going to put them in a platter. I have a big, to put a chicken breast like this way, like this. And the other one on the other side, I got tomatoes. I'm going to put a tomato here, you know, each angle like this in between. And I love to decorate, decorate things, especially with fresh herb. So I'm going to put a sprig of fresh rosemary right here. You could put any kind of herb, but I think rosemary is proper with this recipe. Now, and the next thing I'm going to do, I have a secret ingredient here, which is not very secret. It's just plain butter. I happen to love butter. I've been accused to just much butter. But I use butter with moderation and when we need it. I never put butter in my table at home. The butter is in the food, you know. It's in the cook. Whatever I cook, I got little butter, but it's never on the table. Well, I guess, one more here. Here, well, that's my first chicken recipe. And I'm going to do a second one later on.
Grilled chicken marinated in lime juice and spices. Next up, behind the scenes. This time, Montrachet. In the shadow of the World Trade Towers in Lower Manhattan is a storefront restaurant that looks as if it belongs in Paris. Montrachet is named for one of the great wines of Burgundy. Owner Drew Nearperant turned a former industrial space into an unlikely mecca for great food and wine. The pastel dining room is spare, almost austere, in contrast to the vibrant French food and wine served there. All of this makes Montrachet one of the Big Apple's most sizzling dining spots. And now we join Pierre and Drew at the bar.
You know, in Drew, I met you so many times in so many different places. Some of them you are working, some of them you are eating or tasting wine or doing something.
I generally prefer to eat in most of those restaurants. No, I worked in several good restaurants midtown, and in order to get the proper work experience. And of course, I think you have to eat in good restaurants also to find out a base for good food, good knowledge.
Yeah. So now you have your restaurant.
That's right. We're very happy down here in Tribeca. Hopefully, we're going to make a nice dinner for you.
Well, I hope so. I'm sure you will. Now I'm going to go in the kitchen and see Debbie.
It'll be our pleasure.
Okay, Debbie, what are you going to do next for me now?
Okay, we're going to make a warm chicken salad with a tomatillo relish.
Oh. So what do we need now?
Okay, right here we have the chicken marinating in limes.
What is it, the breast of chicken?
It's the breast of chicken. It's cut up into small pieces.
Skinless, boneless?
Mm-hmm. And it's marinating in limes, garlic, shallots, and coriander.
And olive oil?
And olive oil.
How long you marinate it?
You can marinate it just a couple hours ahead, or you can marinate it overnight, or even 2 days ahead.
You put salt and pepper?
Just a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
All right.
So what do you do next?
Okay, well, we're going to...
Now, let's talk about this, something I don't know what it is. Yes.
These are tomatillas. They're green Mexican tomatoes.
Yeah.
From Mexico.
So what do you do with them?
Okay, we roast them in the oven.
All right, I bring them over. You roast them in the oven.
With the husk on, just for about a half an hour till they're soft.
And what temperature? What?
350.
350?
Okay.
So
what do we take them out of the shells.
Yeah.
And we puree them in the food processor with a little lime juice and olive oil and salt and pepper.
Yes.
And then this is what it looks like.
Oh, I see.
When it's finished, it's
Very
like a relish.
Great.
Okay.
All right. Next.
Okay, I'll start to saute the chicken.
Saute the chicken?
Mm-hmm. Put this off.
How many pieces you need for one person? 3 or 4?
3. 3 is good. Okay.
It's enough for one?
That's enough for one.
All right, so next, what are you going to do?
I'm going to set up the plate while you cook the chicken.
All right, I'm going to cook the chicken for you.
All right.
How long you wanted to cook it? Just for a few minutes?
Just just until it's golden brown on each side. About a minute and a half.
Okay, I was then.
All right.
All right, what are you doing now?
Okay, the next step is to put some mixed greens with some vinaigrette.
Yeah.
All right, and just toss that lightly.
What do you got in your vinaigrette here?
This is a sherry vinaigrette, sherry wine, olive oil, salt and pepper.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
What kind of olive oil are you using?
Cultivated extra virgin olive oil.
Extra virgin. Right. I'm watching your chicken.
Okay,
Don't worry.
go ahead. All right. We put some green salad in the center, and then we have some...
So what do you got there?
We have some tomatoes with coriander.
Wait a minute. What do you do with the tomato? You did something to them.
Yeah, we diced them up
yeah.
and took out the seeds.
You remove the skin too?
Mm-hmm.
How do you remove the skin?
We do a slit on the end, make a cross, and then put them in boiling water.
For how long?
For 10 seconds.
10 seconds?
Yes, and then into an ice bath, and then the skin peels right off.
Great.
Okay?
All right.
We'll put some tomatoes.
You put, what, 3?
Yeah, 3 spoonfuls.
About 2 tablespoons on each side. 3 different spots, right?
Right. How's the chicken?
Chicken's doing fine. It's doing
Okay.
fine. I may burn it, you know.
Don't burn it.
It's not very often I work with a young girl, you know. In my day, there was no cook in the kitchen. Those guys are lucky today, those new chefs. You know?
That's what I tell them.
I mean, no woman's cook, that's what I mean.
Then we put the tomatillo relish down.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And now we're ready for the chicken. I'm going to drain it on
Did I burn it?
No, it looks great. Okay. Just drain this for a minute.
You don't slice it, just
No, we just put it on like this.
on a plate. Yeah.
Okay. Take off some of the oil. And then we garnish it with a couple of leaves of cilantro.
Cilantro, you could use any kind of herbs you want. This is a winter, summer dish. It could be any time, right?
Yeah, you can do it all year round.
Could be a main course or
Or an appetizer.
an appetizer. Sounds good to me. I want to try this piece here. Very nice.
Good.
You want to try some?
I'll try some.
See if I cook it right.
Thank you.
It's really nice. It's very colorful.
easy to
It's a
do.
nice combination. Beautiful. Well, Debbie, you deserve a kiss.
Oh, thank you.
This is the end of my day. You know?
Deborah Pontic's warm chicken salad with tomatillo dressing. Now we rejoin Pierre in the kitchen.
My second chicken breast recipe is going to be a chicken goujonnette. Chicken goujonnette is my version of chicken nuggets. So what we need, we're going to use the same type of chicken breast which I used before. They are boneless and skinless. So again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to cut them. We want to separate them, so we lift up, we cut that little membrane to hold them together. We remove all the fat. First I remove the fillet, cut all the fat here, and so on. Now, this part here is very thick, so sometimes it depends on the breast of chicken. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this part here, and I'm going to split this one right here in half, like this. And I'm going to, this is what I do. You cut them a long way. They make little strip like this. You cut like this. Of course, they have to be separated. And some more here. And you take the fillet. You cut it in about 3 strips. Now, that's basically what you need. To do it, you need 4 half, 2 full chicken breasts, about 1 1/4 pound, 1 1/2 pounds. So to do this, we're going to need an egg. We're going to have to do some breading. So I'm going to do an egg breading. The first thing we do is an egg wash. We need whole eggs, 2 tablespoons of water. You know what? If you don't want to use water, I tried it one time. I used some white wine. It's not bad either, you know. 1/4 cup of melted butter, salt, a little bit of salt. We don't want to put too much salt. Some freshly grated pepper. So what we have to do now, we have to beat that with a fork. I have enough wash here for 4 chicken breasts, you know. Okay, beat it good. Well, you could use a whisk too if you want to do it. Now, what we need now is for 1.5 cups of fresh breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs are made, I'm using a very good type of bread, firm bread. I don't use, you know, that kind of bread like it's very flabby, you know, there's no texture to it. You know the one I mean, you know, the good kind. So what I do, I trim the crust at the edges with a knife, and I put them in a food processor. And this is what you get. See, it's very easy to do, and it's great. Okay, so what we need now, I'm going to show you how to bread them. We dip this in that egg wash. And you put few strips at a time in there. you want to make sure to remove the excess of egg wash. Otherwise, it's going to pick up too much bread crumbs. And we want a very light coating. We don't want, too much crust on it. I just do a few. You wash your hand, you clean it up. And what we do here is just mix them that way. You toast them in the breadcrumbs. And after that, you take one and you roll it between your fingers like this to give a nice shape. You see, like this. Very lightly coated. I got some that my friend made up here, already here. I got a few. See, it looks exactly like that. Go a few more. It's fun to do, You could do that with some help in your kitchen. It's a teamwork. You take your husband or boyfriend as a sous chef, or whatever, or your grandmother, even the kids. I have 4 granddaughters, and they love to work with Pepe, Say, Pepe, can we help you? So it reminds me that they were there when I did that chicken breast, They had a lot of fun, mixing the bread and get their hands dirty and so on. So that's basically what we need. So here I have a skillet. It's a good skillet, sturdy, heavy gauge. I'm going to put about 2, this is a no-stick skillet. I'll put about 2 tablespoons of oil in here. And we're going to make sure that pan is hot. And I want to check it. See, you always check it. So what you do, you put that in the oil like this. See, it's not quite hot. So meanwhile, I'm going to serve that with some arugula salad. Arugula, everybody knows what it is. It's you find them all year round in the supermarket. It's something new for most of the Americans. They grow very good. I grow to myself some in the garden myself every year. And I keep cutting them, and they grow back again. It's fun. Okay, so what I have is arugula. I got some chopped onions, here red onions. Use any kind of onions you want. I use about a cup of onions and half a pound of arugula for 4. I put some vinegar, some wine vinegar over, like this, a little bit, not much. And a little bit of olive oil again. And when you're ready to use it, you toast it, salt and pepper. If you don't want to use vinegar, you could use lemon too. So a little bit of salt and pepper. And let's see, I think we're ready for the goujonnette. So I'm going to drop a few here. See, they're going to cook. We don't want the pan to be too hot. Otherwise, the breadcrumbs going to burn. And we don't want that to be burned. It's got to be golden color. So we have to give a chance to the breadcrumbs to cook. Now, if you want to do it, you could use 2 skillets. This one is a small skillet. I'm going to do only 1 portion for you. But you toss them around like this all the time. And you could do it in 2 skillets, or you could do 1 skillet at a time. And you do 1 batch, and you keep it warm, warm place or in the oven. It's about enough for 1 portion here. So you have to toast it around. And, basically this recipe started with fish. In France, we have a small freshwater fish. It's called goujon. And this is a freshwater. And I remember when I was younger in Paris, there was a river, the Seine River outside Paris. We used to go there with my friend with a bicycle. And we used to have fish fry. Fish fry, that was a goujonnette. And we used to go there, and we had a lot of fun. We were dancing, and they were playing all kind of music. We had a lot of fun. I know that Jean-Bern and Maurice, they spent a lot of time when they were apprentices in Paris, when they were working in Paris. So we want to give a chance to color very nicely, and basically this is where to start. Now, if you don't want to do it with chicken, you could do it almost with anything. You could do it with turkey. It works very well with turkey. Fish, you take a fillet of fish like Flanders, or some kind of flat fish, or any kind of fish. You cut it in a little strip like this, and it works very, very well. So you have to make sure to cook them slowly. And see, when they get to that color, they're getting almost ready, you see? So it takes a little while to cook, but not that long. You got really to watch them very carefully. See, this one is ready here on that side, so you turn them. So you fool around with them. Just you toast them like this, you know, whatever. You move them around. So as they're ready, now I think some of them are ready. This one has to turn. I use my fingers. I got tough fingers. All right, now we are going to toast the salad. Not too much. And we put the salad right here, like this. A little bit of salad. I have enough salad for 2 portions. So now they are ready. Okay, now if you want, which is good with it, which I like with it, some lemon. So this is my second chicken breast recipe. It was good to be with you. I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Chicken goujonnette, the original fast food chicken recipe from Pierre Franey's Cuisine Rapide.
Funding for Pierre Franey's Cuisine Rapide is made possible by Carillon Importers Limited, Teaneck, New Jersey. Pierre's quick and easy recipes from today's show, plus more than 250 others, are contained in this companion cookbook. 65 step-by-step line drawings guide you through Pierre's classic technique. To order this 384-page hardcover book, call 1-800-635-COOK. The cost is $22.50 plus $2 shipping and handling. Credit cards are accepted, or send your check to P.O. Box 37142, Omaha, Nebraska 68137.